stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 146 pounds, fighting out of Monroe, New York, Hurricane Shane Burgos!
That's his element. You know, he loves to fight. He loves the sport. He loves the gladiator aspect of it, the one-on-one, like, let's see what you got.
So my first fight back in like 6th grade, saw a UFC Unleashed episode, which is like a bunch of old fights that they would show, like highlights of some fun fights, and the fight they showed was Carlos Newton versus Matt Hughes, and Matt Hughes got caught in a triangle choke, which I didn't know what it was at the time. I just saw the guy locked his legs around the guy's head, and Matt Hughes picks him up, puts him on the cage, and then slams him down and knocks him out and wins the welterweight world title. And from that moment on, I was like, what the fuck is this? You can slam people on their head and knock them out and win belts? Like, what the hell is this? Instantly hooked after that. Ultimate Fighter season 1 just ended, so I completely missed that, but season 2 just started. I caught onto that, and then became a huge Rashad Evans fan. He ended up winning that season. I was a Matt Hughes fan, obviously, and he was coaching the season. So ever since that first fight, I was instantly hooked, man. It was love at first sight. Fan for the first 3 years. I watched it from 6th grade all the way up to 9th grade. Then in 9th grade, right before the end of the year, me and a couple of my friends found a local Tiger Shulman's gym that offered jiu-jitsu and grappling and kickboxing. And I was like, yo, let's go try it. I was like, I thought Tiger Shulman was just like karate, and they were like, me too, but it was like a month trial for like $100. We were like, let's just try it. Let's go do it. Let's have fun. Cool. First class, it was all over again, like seeing it for the first time. I saw it and I fell in love, but when I did it, it was like, man, this is different. I was like, I never had that much fun doing anything before. I was like, this is fun. This is something I really like to do. Did I think I was gonna be a fighter? Hell no. I thought the guys that were in the cage on the TV, I was like, they're too macho for me. They're too crazy. They do this, do that. Never considered that as my career choice, my career path. But I love training, and I just kept doing it. And eventually, a year after my first year of training, I got my first competition, and I won first place in a division where I was only a blue belt at the time, and I was going against like purple belts and brown belts, and I got first place in that division. And I was like, wow, man, this is fun, more fun than I thought it was going to be. Like, training is fun, but competing is even more fun. Getting your hand raised with my mom and dad, my brother's there watching me. I was like, this is pretty cool. Kept doing more competitions. It got further, I got better, and one thing led to another. I had my first fight at the end of, a little bit before the end of my high school year, senior year.
Ooh, nice right hand. That hurt him. My goodness. Ooh, it got stunned.
That hurt it, and see if Burgos can finish here.
Quick takedown. Looks like I thought he was going for a knee.
And there's a guillotine attempt.
Gasper Oliver watching closely for the tap out here.
Oh, that's it. That's it, Rich. That's it.
Oh, mercy. Oh, my goodness. A hurricane
Pretty
came
crazy
into the
story,
cage.
man. I was supposed to fight for the CFFC's interim title, featherweight title. A week before the fight, my opponent pulled out. And this was the biggest fight of my career at that point. I was 7-0 at the time, and I had a baby on the way who was coming in like 4 months from then. Supposed to be on Halloween. My daughter was due in February. So I was expecting a nice big payday. When I say big payday, for regional shows, you don't really get paid good. But for this show, I was gonna make about $8,000, which is really good pay for a regional show. So to get that call, to hear my opponent pulled out, we tried everything to get a new opponent just so I could still get that payday and still have a little bit of financial security for my family. Nothing worked. It was not possible. We went through every hoop we could go through. We accepted every opponent they gave us, and the commission just wouldn't allow it. So I just remember just feeling devastated, defeated. I literally cried just because I felt like I let my family down. Like, I know it wasn't my fault, obviously, but I'm the provider. My wife is eventually going to be a stay-at-home mom. She had to go on maternity leave, so it was all on me to provide for them, and to have that fight fall out, it crushed me. And then fast forward maybe 3 weeks later, I see that UFC's in Albany, which is an hour and a half away from where I live. I live in upstate New York already. So it's like, oh shit, UFC in Albany. And then somebody in my weight class tests positive and gets pulled out of the fight. So I'm like, it's in my weight class. I just went through a whole fight camp. It's an hour and a half drive away, not even an hour and 15-minute drive away. I was like, I get on Twitter, I start tweeting, and I never do that. And I'm not one of those guys that tweets, call out. I'm on Twitter, I'm doing interviews, I'm trying to get this fight. What happens? I get the fucking fight. So I go from losing out on that payday that I thought was so big to getting the biggest opportunity in my life, getting the UFC call, and then packing the place out. Like, it's an hour and 15 minutes away. So I had every one of my family members, every one of my friends, my cousins, training partners. It was insane. And I was like the fourth fight of the night. And when I made that walk, I was like, it was roaring. I couldn't believe it. And there was, I believe in divine intervention. And I really feel like I got pulled back from that CFFC fight to get put into that position right there. And it was the most confident I've ever felt going into a fight too, because I knew that I wasn't there just to be there. I wasn't there just to get a paycheck and leave. And I was there I was there to win. I was there to change my family's life.
That was a perfect sort of
Entry. Yeah, 100%. The biggest thing for me, I think, such a strong aspect of the fight game that gets really doesn't get enough credit is confidence. Like, you see guys that are strong, you see guys that are fast, they have knockout power, they have crazy jiu-jitsu, but confidence, I think, trumps them all. When you know that you're the best, even if that guy's better than you, but you believe that you're better than him, and he can see that you believe that, you can break a man like that. So I think confidence is one of the biggest things when it comes to fighting.
Shane and I actually crossed paths and started working together almost 3 years ago now, which is crazy to say because it's gone pretty fast. Met him through his former management team and started working with him, sponsored him as a Believe Elite athlete, and just got to work right away. We were preparing for one of his fights at MSG, and it was just a great combination. We're both on the same page when it comes to our thought process and goals and visions. So as far as working with him, it's been a blessing to me. I absolutely love working with him. I respect the hell out of him, and I'm proud, to say that he's a Believe athlete. Nice, good. 40, 50 down. Two more. One down, one more. Keep that pressure on. Keep that pressure on and light him up. Two more now. Let's go one more. He wants to stand up. He wants to go blow for blow, and he just wants to see who can last the longest. And I know he takes pride in that. And and again, it goes back to his conditioning and the shape he's in. We train for 5 rounds. That's just how we do it here. We train for 5 rounds because it's going to happen. So we're doing it now because it's going to happen very soon. So his mentality is always forward, and he wants to go in your face, not give you any room. And it's a unique fighting style. It's his fighting style, and I think if you're not a fan of him yet, you should be. And I think his fan base is going to blow up because he is exciting to watch, and the UFC enjoys watching him in the octagon, and they really enjoy matching him up with fighters that it's going to be explosive, and he loves that. He thrives off of that. So this next fight against Barboza is going to be awesome, and I know he's more than ready to go, and I'm excited for it. I'll be there in Texas, supporting him. cheering for him. And obviously, once he wins, I'm going to give him a huge hug and tell him how proud of him I am, and we're going to go back to work.
Motivation has never been lacking for me. Number one, which is, it might sound a little selfish, I just want to win everything. No matter what, if we're playing a game of tic-tac-toe, I want to win. If we're playing a game of fucking Candyland or something stupid, I want to win everything. So just having that desire to win and that will to win, I think that gets me so far when it comes to motivation. But then on top of that, you add my wife, my daughter, my second daughter now, my family, my brothers, my friends, my family, everyone that believes in me, my team. I have zero lack of motivation. I have so many people that I want to make proud and make happy, and got 2 kids and a wife to provide for, so I never lack. I love Chris Rich. Yet to come. As simple as that sounds, the best is yet to come. I feel like this is going to be my breakthrough performance. It's a big opportunity. I'm on the pay-per-view card and fighting a guy that I consider a legend, a guy that I've been watching since I was in high school. And to go out there and not just get a win over him, but to win emphatically, I feel like this is going to be my best performance, not just because of how I'm going to win, but who the win's going to be over, because I do hold this guy in a high regard. I do have a lot of respect for him as an opponent. So getting this win is going to mean everything, and the best is yet to come.